We are going live. Live. We're live, clearly. We're chatting today with Yoga Mandali, one of our upstate New York partners. Here they're getting a lot of snow up there. We're actually a New York-based publication, New York City. So we love connecting with our studios in our state, hearing about what's going on, what it's been like the last couple of years. Everything's changed so much for yoga studios. So we're excited to reconnect again with Kristen, the owner of Yoga Mandali, and see what she's up to, what it's been like, this journey that she's been on for her ownership. So we are so excited to chat with her today. I think Beth is going to be joining her as well. And you will be able to pick up a copy of our next issue, launching in June, at their studio for free. And we are able to provide these magazines to the community through the support of our studio partners. So thank you to Yoga Mandali for joining us. Okay, I see you're here, you're in the house. Let's see if I can get you to join. So far, looking good. Let's see what happens. Okay.
Hello.
We did it. We did it.
Yay. We did it. Here we are again.
Do you guys have a ton of snow right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And very cold. It's like very cold here.
Yeah. Well, you guys are pretty up. You're up in Saratoga Springs.
Yeah.
How far is that? That's like a long drive from the city, right? Like 6 or 7 hours. Is that right?
No, not quite. It's maybe 3 to 4.
Maybe it's the way I drive.
Yeah.
6 or 7 hours. Right.
Yeah. We're upstate though, for sure.
Yeah. So how's it going? It's been years since we connected last, so it's nice to chat again. And I see that you have a beautiful retreat coming up to Mexico, to Tulum. Oh my God.
One spot left.
One spot left. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What's that retreat going to be like?
Say that again?
What's the retreat going to be like?
Oh, it's a self-care retreat for sure. So we are going to Tulum, to this beautiful resort, Mandali Eco Resort. It's a kind of like a yoga spot. And we are going to do clay meditations on the beach. We are doing sound healing. We're doing snorkeling in the cenotes. We are doing a sweat lodge. We are doing yoga. We're doing all the things to take care of ourselves in this, almost to spring kind of get us there trip.
I love it. Love it. And you're both going to be teaching classes at the retreat?
Yeah. So Brenda is joining the retreat as well, and another one of our teachers, Beth Mauser, is one of the co-leaders as well. So we'll be sharing the responsibilities of the 2 daily yoga classes. So yes.
I always wonder, when you're sitting down and you're saying, okay, we're going to do some retreats this year, how do you even decide where to do it? I mean, you could now, with restrictions lifted and everything, you can go anywhere in the world. So how do you decide is it location? Is it time or accessibility?
Yeah, kind of a little bit of everything. You need a place that is kind of works with people not having to share beds and weird kind of little details like that. Easy to travel to can be a factor. You kind of look at the feel of the place depending on the theme that you're going with. So our self-care fit right in with this resort. But yeah, there can be a lot of factors that kind of drive the decision. Sometimes it's outside influences of people saying, hey, we went there and it's amazing, it'd be a good spot. So we have another retreat coming up in July to Greece. We're co-leading with a studio down in Washington, D.C., Bhakti Yoga DC. Oh, nice. So Gopi and Beth will be co-leading that to Greece. And we have some spots left open for that still as well. So we're excited about that one.
I love that. And I love that you're co-leading with another studio. I love that sort of, I've actually never heard of 2 studios joining together. So and you're covering the whole Eastern Seaboard at that point.
Yeah.
That's
just
amazing.
Bringing people together for sure. Yeah.
And what made you decide on a self-care theme for the next retreat, for the Tulum?
So we really kind of felt that people needed it right now, and
Yeah.
a lot of the events we're having at the studio. Now Brenda is the studio manager, so she's been helping, you know, with all the events, and a lot of our events are centered around the self-care and healing, and
Yeah.
people are really responding to that. So
I know it definitely feels like we always needed it, but now I still feel like I need more, right? Have you noticed,
yes.
have you also noticed, and maybe Brenda, you might know more about this, in terms of classes being popular classes, are they more like the slower yin sound bath? Is that still sort of the more popular classes, or has it kind of leveled out a little bit?
No, absolutely. Especially this time of year, like our yin and restorative classes are just full. And I think they're right on the same page with you. Folks are just really craving that slow, gentle, like healing, meditative class. And we actually have weekly gong baths here now with the Gong Lab. There are two brothers here in Saratoga Springs, and we have them weekly, and they're still like reaching capacity every week.
Wow.
And people are just, I don't know, I feel like everyone's taking more ownership of their body and their health, and they're like, this is what I want to do. And like, we just see that more, that excitement to be like, I feel good after whatever class it may be, whatever event, like, and I want to continue that and make it part of their daily routine or their weekly routine. So yeah, but the yin and restoratives are so lovely right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels like I personally still feel like I need more. Have you noticed, either of you or both of you, in your personal practice, has that also changed what you feel like you personally need?
Yeah. It's the time of year too. It's so cold, and you kind of want to just hibernate a little bit. Try not to make myself feel bad about like not wanting to move as much, you know, because that'll come back around. And just kind of honor whatever is, you know, going on at the time. But yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's like I would love to be just propped up on a whole bunch of props and like bolsters and be tucked in with a blanket and just like have that sort of practice. Again, maybe not like as physically challenging, but oh yeah, it is so delicious.
And you need it. You know, you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still offering any online courses? I know for a while everyone was doing Zoom and virtual things. Is Yoga Mandali still offering those as well?
Some workshops are offering some online stuff,
hybrid.
but we are majority in person.
Yeah. Because that was a strange time when we were all doing it. And I remember when we did our online festival many years ago, one of my favorite moments was, Kristen, you with your kid and your pup, and everyone was doing yoga at the same time. And I kind of miss those moments. Like they were a little like crazy, and we got used to them. But that was, I loved seeing that. I loved seeing families and pets, and you were just doing your thing, you know, and the dog would come up, and you're just like, all right, like, I love that it became, for me, it took me a while personally to be like that about my practice. Like, it's okay. These things will keep, I used to be like, I'm rigid, I'm on my mat, it is time. And there was this new sort of flexibility, which was great. I loved personally doing it.
Yeah, you have to give yourself permission. And right now I'm in the same situation. Now he's 3, so it's even more crazy. And, you know, try to get on my mat as much as I can. But again, just not making myself feel bad about it if I can't, you know?
Yeah. It was like a nice sneak peek, like behind the scenes of what a home practice really involves. And like, I think we all now have much more appreciation and honor our time here in the studio, wherever that is. But, you know, home practice is so much different than coming to a studio where you don't have so many distractions, you know. But yeah,
absolutely. A home practice just is a little bit harder for me too, for sure.
It's much harder, honestly. Like I definitely feel like it requires a lot more concentration. But I love it all. It's all great stuff.
Right?
Yeah. It's all great stuff. So how long has the studio actually been open at this point?
So next year actually will be our 20th anniversary. Yeah, 2024. So we're starting to talk a little bit about what we might do for that. So yeah, 20 years coming up next year. So 19 years. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That is amazing. And how long have you been, have you had the ownership?
Yep, 5 years actually in
Okay.
April. Yep, yeah. And
Wow.
then Brenda joined us a year ago,
Yeah.
which has made a world of difference. The studio is thriving, and I definitely attribute a lot of that to Brenda being here and just helping. I was doing what I could, juggling all the things, just kind of getting by. And then, you know, once Brenda came into the picture, I knew it was going to be great, even better.
Oh,
I know.
yay, Brenda.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that just it, you know, Yoga Mandali and Kristen have cultivated such a space that people want to come to, and it's just we're so lucky and grateful that people want to come to our workshops, our events, our classes, and it's just there definitely I feel like has been a growth the past year.
Yeah.
But I think because we're all ready for that, like we just realize again we want to take ownership of our health, and we crave that like connection and that community, and this space just it really cultivates that.
Oh, I love that. I love hearing it. I'm so happy that studios are still open and they are thriving and people are going, and you survived the pandemic. I mean, 5 years, you've also been through a lot yourself.
Yeah.
But 20 years, I mean, it's a testament. And 20 years in the same building, in the same location.
Yeah, yep. We were downstairs in the first level of this building for a while, but we've been upstairs now for, I think, 15 years or more. Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah, we've been here downtown Saratoga, right on Broadway, if anyone wants to come visit us.
I love it. So anything else that's coming up that you're both excited? You mentioned gong bats, and for anyone that has never been to one, how would you explain it? Because it kind of is exactly what it sounds like, but I feel like the first time I ever went to one, I was like, oh, that's what's happening.
Yep. And actually, someone went to for the first time last week, and she was like, oh, I didn't realize you just laid down. And I was like, yeah, there's no movement. So, so basically, actually, we could maybe pan over and show you the gongs here in the room. We're in the studio.
Oh.
This is just a small portion of the gongs that they use for their bigger events. But you basically are laying down, and they're doing their gong thing. There's a whole technique and all the energy behind it. Just constantly doing, I'm not sure of the technical terms, gonging,
Gongage.
But it's great. It really is cool. It's a cool meditation. The sound healing is definitely popular right now.
Yeah.
So those events we are always excited about. We have registration open for our next 200-hour teacher training. We have some really great advanced teacher training modules coming up for those that are looking for something beyond their 200-hour, including yin teacher training, restorative level 1 and 2 trainings, Reiki trainings, which start tomorrow, Reiki. And then of course the Ahimsa Festival that we're involved in this year will be September 23rd and 24th at Lakota's Farm in Cambridge. Same location as last year, but this year it'll be an overnight event. So we'll have some camping options and all that fun stuff. And we've got some headliners and stuff lined up that we'll be announcing soon, and some exciting details that we'll start to really push out to everybody pretty soon here.
And for anyone who's never produced a yoga festival, that in itself is a job. Like, that's a full-time job. So you are all doing festivals, retreats, classes, living your life. That's a lot. That's a lot to it's great stuff. It's all
that's why that's why Brenda was so important, because I wanted to start adding all these things in, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it without some extra help. So
but you definitely have like the pulse on like what the community needs and wants, and like having Kristen like be involved in all these different things, retreats and festivals, like it's just so beneficial to the community. So love it.
And the camping component, that's going to be so beautiful, so you can really fully immerse in the experience. And I love it because it's not like just show up for the festival and then you leave. You really get a chance to get into it.
Exactly.
Really enjoy it.
That's what we were hoping for, is that we really get people together. And again, that's what people are craving, just being together, connecting, yoga, healing, all that good stuff.
Yep.
For your teacher trainings that are coming up, your 200-hour, for anyone that, again, has never done a teacher training and is like, I think I want to do it, but I don't know, I haven't done it. What can they expect from a 200-hour training?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so our 200-hour training, now there's lots of different ones, has a Bhakti focus, which we are a Bhakti yoga studio. So Bhakti is just the yoga of devotion and love. So there's a little spirituality element weaved through. But ours is set up over 8 weekends. So Friday to Sunday, where you come in from the months of September through February. We're just about now to graduate a group here in a couple of weekends. Wow. Yeah, and each weekend is a module covering a different topic that is a Yoga Alliance certified program. So you get a certification at the end that allows you to, you know, teach in all levels kind of vinyasa type class. And then from there, you could go on to your specialties. If you wanted to do yin, restorative, 300 hours, doing your modules for advanced training, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think the biggest question we get is I don't have like a consistent practice, or I practiced a while ago, or I've
never done yoga
at all.
Really?
I don't have any desire to teach.
Yeah. Those are really good points.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. Like,
just come in and take it, and you'll realize it's more about a self. You really learn about yourself, and you deepen your knowledge and your practice, and it doesn't have to result in you teaching, or, you know, there's just so much more that opens to you, not just like, oh, I'm going to teach, but it's lovely for anybody.
Absolutely.
I think that's honestly one of the biggest takeaways. If anyone took away one thing from that, it's that you don't it's kind of a misnomer. It's not really, you don't have to teach when you're done or even want to teach, you know. It's really more of like a yoga life training program, you know.
It's cool. It's a journey. Yeah, I love that.
Really, and you'll meet people. You'll meet people like I did mine in 2008, and I'm still friends with people I did my training with, and they're all over the world now. But you know, it's like you form these bonds that are just, you can't. It's like a time and place, and it's such a special group of people, and you share such beautiful things, and such not intimate, but you know, very personal things.
Yeah, and it's cool to see everybody's journey and where it takes them.
Yeah,
like where the doors open for them, and related to their training, or you know, things they realize, and stuff like that.
I actually realized when I did my training that I didn't want to be a teacher, that I actually was not very good at it. And a magazine was actually a better fit for me. So, you know, it can just expand your options for what you could want to spend your time doing. So if anyone wants to just learn more really about themselves, I always think a yoga teacher training is a beautiful thing. If you can do it, I tell everyone, just do it.
Absolutely.
You know? It's a great thing. And you offer it on the weekend. So even people that are still working, they can kind of fit it into their schedule and still attend and get the full experience.
Yes. We have all different kinds of people that join from age groups and different backgrounds, and students and people that have been working forever, and, you know, people that have done yoga, people that haven't. So it's really cool when you see the group come together every year.
I love it. Ladies, thank you so much. Is there any last things you want to share? Anything you're excited about?
Just thank you for all you're doing for the yoga community, and we appreciate your partnership so much.
I mean, it was funny. I met a woman a couple of weeks ago, and she had actually gotten the magazine at your studio. This was actually the end, and I was like, oh my gosh. She's like, it was Upstate. And she's like, and I was like, I know every single studio we partner with. Which one? And she was like, I was like, yes, I know.
Well, we're ready for that next issue. Yeah.
The next issue will be available at your studio in June. And thank you so much for supporting our work. We can only do what we do because of places and people like you guys. So thank you so much for everything. And you have such amazing things coming up, and share them with us. Send us the links, and we'll put them on the website and get that last spot in Tulum filled soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Have a great one. Take care.
Bye.